considering my last video was about a handbag, I figure we continue the conversation. And I want to talk about the bags that I have recently acquired and how I feel about them so far. Let's get into it. What's up, cookies? Welcome back. And if you're new here, hello, my name's Carolyn Gray. Welcome to my channel. I talk about all things in and around fashion. We like to have a good old kiki and giggle. And sometimes I like to show you my lifestyle living in New York as an entrepreneur and what I think is an adult. Anyway, because I'm not. I am a child. Anyway, I want to show y'all and talk about some of the bags that I've gotten over the last couple of months, because I'm originally not a handbag girl. I am a shoe girl to the max, then clothes, and now I'm getting into handbags more than ever in my entire fashion career, like literally. And last year I made a wish list of bags that I, want to get more information on. I want to see them up close. I might want to buy, and not necessarily have been knocking them off my list, but the wish list has changed. And let's just go right into it. This was the most recent addition. This is actually a bag from What Goes Around Comes Around. My friend Cassie Thorpe was doing a Instagram live for the brand, and she had a selection of handbags from the brand that was going to be heavily discounted during this particular live, or it felt like an auction almost, right? But this patent Fendi baguette with the gold hardware, it had the only amount of wear and tear that I really see on the bag is the buckle. It has a little bit of blemish and wear on it, but other than that, it's in amazing condition. Oh, I have dum-dums in there. But it was in great condition, and I think originally I saw a couple of the same bag, I think like 1100 or between 11 and 1900. I can't remember exactly, but this they had on sale for 600 or so. So I said, sold, scoop that right on up, put it in the bag, put it in the box, send it to me. You want me to come pick it up? So I've been loving this bag as much as I love the mini jacquard baguette that Carlos bought for me for Christmas. And I've been wanting one of these for a while, but I wanted the larger jacquard Fendi print baguette, and I feel like I'm happy that I got the mini one, because it kind of just proved to me like that bag in the larger size would work. It works with so many different things in my wardrobe as it is. And now this, I love the vintage aesthetic and the peel. I feel like this is something Joan and girlfriends would have had. I feel like it's a very versatile piece, and it fits a lot. It actually fits a lot. These bags fit so much. It's kind of ridiculous and crazy. And it has that zipper in there as well, zipper pocket. But I feel this is a great addition summer or winter, because you can't really get this messed up. It's hard to mess this bag up because of the patent detailing, but I felt like this was such a score for the price point in the condition that it's in, and I've been wearing the heck out of it. As soon as I got it, I started wearing it immediately. Another bag, which funny, I was going through pulling these bags aside to talk about them one by one, and I wrote everything down prior to me pulling them, and I was like, how did I forget about this big old backpack of mine? I had recently bought, it's so big it can't even fit in the frame. I had recently bought this Louis Vuitton backpack, and I had gotten the aesthetic or the idea to even look for it from a picture that I saw of this man on Pinterest. And I was like, he looks so cool. And he even had like harness clips attached to the bottom of the bag, and he had it on top of his, what is it, the silver away luggage or remote, I don't know what it was, but a silver aluminum luggage, and just a very clean cut outfit, no fuss, no muss. And it was a great travel day look, and I said, you know what, that backpack is clutch. It's huge. First of all, it's gigantic. It fits so much. At the base of this bag, I have an organizer that I can put things into it just to make it easier for me to find and to just, not have everything rolling around. At the same time, it does have a little pocket, zippered pocket in there. There's a little piece in there for the keys as well. I feel like this has been a bag that I've been reaching for so much during the regular work week, when I'm going to the office, when I'm running errands of any kind. I went to the Hamptons with this big old bag, and it carried everything that I needed and thought that I needed and didn't need, but it was there in the bag just in case I needed it. But I feel like this is such a clutch bag, and I bought this one on resale from Fashion File as well. I feel that a good handful of my bags, since I've been leaning more into this category, have been from the resale market, and they're bags that I used to really admire when I was in college that I couldn't afford at the time, and I'm finding them in great condition. Some of it does have a little bit of wear and tear, but honestly, I prefer that personally, because sometimes when I get bags, and I'll talk about two that I recently got, the breaking in phase is a little difficult, or I'm afraid of getting it messed up. And I feel that when I get something on resale that has a little bit of character to it, I feel that it's more mine, and I'm a little bit more hard wearing on it. And I feel that I've always keep my things really nicely. However, when it comes to luxury, I want to be able to, do what I need to do with it and not be worried about it getting messed up and it being able to withstand a little bit of roughness if it ever comes along. But I think that this Louis Vuitton backpack has really made me fall in love with the brand again. Actually, I'm looking at the duffel bags and in this print, I just feel like this is super classic and long wearing and could be passed down if you want, so point blank period, one of my favorite purchases in this category thus far. I use it so much and I really, really, really enjoy it. I think it's so cool. Yeah. Okay. Next, we're going to talk about my big baby, the large Bottega Hop in the fondant color. This also has been such a pleasure to have. I'm not going to lie to you. I feel that I wear the Louis Vuitton backpack more than I've been wearing this. And it's because the things that I do on a regular basis or the places that I go to, I don't feel comfortable leaving this in a gym locker. I don't feel comfortable running around in Soho or places where it's a lot more crowded on the street and someone could damage my bag passing by because they're being careless or they have something sticking out on their body. I've like gotten caught in someone else's, like, I don't know what was on this person, but I got caught up with them and we kind of like snapped into each other. And I'm like, oh my God, what if they would have ripped one of the woven parts? So I just feel like I'm still going through, this is my baby. I have to protect it. But when I'm driving and I have a lot to carry, this is that go-to bag. I even have something in it right now because I did take it out the other day to work at a cafe. I have my sunglasses. Oh, I should finish this, shouldn't I? But anyway, what is that? Is that a crumb? Child, I can't. See what I'm saying? See, and I was at the cafe. Probably one of the cookies fell in this bag. I'm telling you right now. I know one of the cookies fell in this bag. Or a piece of the cookie fell in that bag. What a crumb. Anyway, I do love it. But I would like to get to the part where I'm not so like scared of getting messed up. Because this was not resale. This was full price, pretty hefty price. And I know I deserve it. It's just a mind thing for me right now. I'll get through it. It happened before with the other Intrecciato weave clutch bag that I have from Bottega. It took me a while to like accept the fact that I'm wearing this bag and that it is mine and it needs to be worn in. I'll get through that moment, but I do love this bag so much, and I still want it in a suede. material. I want it in all the other colorways. I just think it's so beautiful in all the other colorways. Even the raffia and leather blend. She's really nice. I could go for that, but I don't need it. I don't need it, and I won't do that. Okay, so we're gonna stay in the Bottega family because this little mama. Oh, also, wait a minute. Let me fix her because I did extend her strap. So this is the Candy Wallace. Girl, we are in front of company. I'm gonna need you to get it back together, please. I'm trying to show you in the regular form. Well, here she is in extended form as a shoulder bag, right? And I got her really for those evening moments, those events that I go to with other creators and brands. And let me know if you want me to do a short form video of what fits in this bag, because literally so much fits into this bag. It has its little feet in gold. I love this bag. It's just small but very mighty. I mean, look at the front to back. You know what I'm saying? I wear it a lot. And it's funny because maybe it's just the idea that this was used or resold and it was a couple $100 less than the original. It was in excellent condition from Fashion File. I don't know if it's because of that or because it's small and I can keep it closer to my body. But this one, I do not. Like, I am not super careful about this one. I don't clutch it to my body like the Bottega Hop. I'm like, the more wear, the merrier. You know what I mean? So I'm not as afraid with this little bag as opposed to the big one in a dark color, which is crazy to me. But this color, at first when I got it in person, I was like, I don't know if this color is going to really roll. But the reality is I love green. Green can go with a lot. All forms of green. And it's looking a little bit more bluish green on this screen. However, but it is a lighter sage kind of color, but the color way that it's coded as aloe. And it goes with so much. Yeah, so this was a smart move because I wanted a bag that I could wear at night to those events that wasn't just the Puppets and Puppets cookie bag that I have. I feel that that is a quirky but elevated little handbag, but sometimes I want something that's just a little bit more under the radar and not so in your face and not so much a conversation piece. And I feel like this is very good at doing its job. She's cute, but she's not the full moment because maybe the rest of the outfit is. You know what I'm saying? I think you know what I'm saying. Moving right along to this gifted moment. So I did a job with Marc Jacobs when they had an event a couple weeks ago with my nail lady, Alex Smith, and they gifted me this bag in exchange for the content. Now, I think that the leather on this bag is amazing. I love how they built it and even has this built-in clutch. I don't like the fact that I can't remove the clutch and use it for other things because it's like you can take it out, but I would have to go to a leather worker to undo this here because it's sewn in. But I feel like this by itself would be really cute too, or just great for travel purposes. But I like this bag a lot. I don't feel like I use it as much as I want. It's a perfect summer bag, especially for everyday use, especially if you're wearing an all black outfit and you wear this against it. It's a perfect contrast that is a little harsh but flows really nicely at the same time. The one thing that I will say about these bags from Marc Jacobs, and not just this one, the tote bag, any of the bags, I don't mind this patch, but as an adult, I don't like this side. So this is actually the side that is on my body and not visible. I think it's a little too much. I like a certain amount of label, but even like brands like when Virgil, may he rest in peace, for Off-White, you know, this is for running type of I don't like the obvious when it comes to certain types of design on accessories and clothing. I think that the like the address or the New York City location thing is cool because he's always done that to a certain degree with his other things. But this is just a little too much sometimes. And I think that may be the reason why I don't wear it as much. But technically, she's very fly. And I wouldn't mind doing the bigger one in the black and white polka dot version. But it's just that, why you got to tell everybody what bag it is? They know. They know. They know. I hope one day they do a version of handbags and accessories that don't have this. I feel like they would sell a lot more. I'm sure they sell a lot as it is, but I feel like they would tap into another market even bigger without this. But that's just my 2 cents. And finally, one of my latest bags, and actually I added this chain to it, and I feel sad because this was one of those bags I really, really lusted after. I had one of these in black in 2013 or I can't remember. I think I was still in college, and I was able to get this bag when I was working at Saks, and then it was something defective wrong with it, and they took it back and couldn't replace it. So anyway, Givenchy in this beautiful aged patent leather gold detail, came with the strap. I actually added this waist chain to it just for a little bit more flair. The only thing about this, I got this from the Real. The only thing about this that looks like it's actually been worn or used is this piece on the strap. It's just this random thread that just wants to go haywire. But really, the rest of the bag, I mean, it's meant to look aged. But when I look at the like specific areas and details of this bag that should show a certain amount of usage, it doesn't. So I'm like, was this bag ever really worn? Was the strap used for a different bag? Like, I'm so confused because the actual body of this bag and even the core of this bag, it's brand new. It looks completely brand new. But anyway, as much as I was like, oh my God, great deal. I think it was like $340 it was listed for on the site. Immediately I bought it and I'm like, oh yeah, this is going to be the perfect summer bag. Barely worn it. I think I maybe worn it twice so far, which I don't love that. I don't love that. I was so excited for it. I meant well, and maybe I'll pick it up a lot more often in the fall, but right now she's not really getting picked up, and maybe I will switch some things around and try and intend to use her this week. But I'm like, dang, she could see a little bit more light of the day. And as far as the rest of my wish list is concerned, now I will attach the link to my handbag wish list from last year in the description so you can watch. But some of the things kind of were on this list. So the Jody bag from Bottega was one of them. I wanted the small version, which is actually huge. Do I still want it? I have that large hop. It's a little bit more different. It's not as copied and duped as the Jody bag is at this point. And I prefer to stick with this. I'm good on the Jody bag. Unless it's like a really cute mini in a really dope color, maybe. But I'm good on the Jody. So we'll take that off the wish list. The Lady Dior bag. The East-West version. The regular one. The small one. I'm going to put that one on ice, considering the allegations and the investigation that they're under with the approach that they have in making their products. I don't really think they need to be on my list necessarily. I would have loved to get a saddlebag, a vintage version in a really cool print, but, you know, only if it's on a reseller site, nothing new. That's how I feel. And then I also had the Loewe puzzle bag on my wish list last year. And I'm also good on that one, especially when it comes in the neutral colors, the regular leathers. Now, if I could ever find that green sequin one ever again, I would totally jump on that immediately. But other than that, I really don't think I'm in love with that bag anymore. And this is the thing. This is why I like wish lists and taking my time and approaching it in a certain way, because it really shows with a certain amount of time if it's going to be used, if I really feel connected to it, or if it is just me seeing it a lot on other people, and if it's like training me to feel like I need something. You know what I mean? So I like having a wish list on this type of thing because it's showing I don't really need it. Another bag that was on my wish list, I forget the exact name of it, but I'll post a picture. The Alaya, it's like a bucket bag, slightly open on the sides. I've seen it in person in different colors, the white and the black version. I love the bag for what it is. I respect it. I think it's a piece of art. Technically, it's not really a bag that would make sense for me as a New Yorker that travels by train mostly. I think if this was, a situation where I lived in a place where I'm getting in and out of the car all the time and, not really walking a lot on the street, I'm mostly in buildings or in and out of places, I think it would be fine. But this structure of a bag, it's so open. It just wouldn't make sense for me. I think it's beautiful. And I even think it'll be really tough for it to kind of break down and soften up over time. So it's always just going to be stiff and open. Not my thing. It's off the list. Now, what's still on my wish list is the large Fendi baguette in the jacquard material, because I have it in the mini version and now in the patent version. It's proved to be the type of bag that I will reach for all the time. So honestly, any Fendi baguette, any Fendi baguette that is cost effective, looks cool in the regular print or really cool design, I'm into it. Except for like anything with floral or like crochet, I'm not into that. Another item that's on my mind is a black pebbled leather bag with silver hardware. I'm still open to, getting a Birkin in some way or form. I'm not really rushing it. I'm not like buying up a whole bunch of things from Hermes to be considered for. Like, I feel like in due time it will happen, whatever, it'll make sense. I think my essay is amazing. I think he's really nice. Like, he's actually eager to know what I really want. And I haven't told him because I'm like, no, I'm going to tell you what I want. It's going to come along and I ain't going to have money all right there for you in the moment. Like, don't ask me nothing until I have more than enough to buy the bag 4 times over if you happen to get it. So like, I'm not ready. But anyway, and he thinks he likes me, I like him, it's fine. But I wouldn't mind like getting a little, Birkin 25 in that type of colorway, yes. Or even the Margot bag. And on the topic of the Margot bag, and I even would do I still want a Kelly cut pochette from Hermes. That's also more than I would want the Birkin. But on the topic of the Margot bag, so if you saw my last video about dupe gone wrong, and I bought what I thought would mimic the aesthetic of the Margot, the road bag, it came and it's not like anything. It's counterfeit. It is they tried to replicate this bag and it is a straight up counterfeit. And I got it on Amazon and I really wasn't expecting it to show up that way. I was like, yeah, I just want to see if the shape of the bag, if this style of bag would be good for me, but I was not expecting it to have the row all stamped over it. There's just certain design aspects of the bag that I didn't think it was going to have, considering I was looking at the images and it just looked like a regular satchel, to be honest. And I'm like, okay, this feels really weird. One of y'all commented on the video and said, the link you sent says it's returnable. And for some reason, I was just like, what do you mean? So I clicked on the link that I created because I told them I would share the link regardless, right? And just so y'all could see it from the Amazon site. And what I said on the video was like, I can't return it. The reason why I thought I couldn't return it is because it took a month to get to me. And I thought by the time it got to me, it would be out of the return window. Thankfully, when I saw that comment, it was on July 4th or July 5th. And I went and it was still returnable. But here's the other thing. Someone else said, you need to tell Amazon because they don't stand for that, for companies making counterfeit product. And they will refund you the money and then you don't even have to return the bag. They're just going to cut ties with the vendor. So I'm in process of doing both of those things. And if I happen to be in a situation where the bag is not going to be returned, I want to make a patch to get sewn onto the bag that says warning. I was just trying to see something with this bag to show that I'm not trying to walk around with it as a real bag. It will be my gym bag, if anything, but to make an art fun ish thing about it. And that's my plan. If it happens that they say keep it, we're just going to talk to the vendor and get your money back, X, Y, and Z. So that's where we're at on the entire handbag situation. What I've gotten, what I've been using the heck out of, what I've been loving, what I wish I would wear a little bit more and feel bad about, what's still on my wish list and what's not. And I'm really enjoying the experience. And I feel like I'm a big girl. You know, like I'm an adult woman, and I got these handbags, and I have, you know, like they're organized. I've been using them nicely. They work with my lifestyle a lot. It's clear I'm a big handbag girl, whether or not it's on trend. I've always loved bigger bags. And I do think that considering the work that I do and the amount of socializing in person that I do, especially in New York, I do need a couple more options of smaller bags, just, you know, to go with things a little bit better, maybe more black and silver pieces, considering a lot of my jewelry is silver. That's what I'm also learning with this handbag journey. A lot of the pieces that I have so far have gold detailing. I need more silver because that's really my metal. But yeah, I think it's cool. It's expensive. Handbags are damn expensive, but the resale market is a sweet spot to shop from. And that's where I feel like I don't feel as nervous or intimidated by, is buying from that sector. And it's just more ethical. And at this point, I prefer the materials and the quality from, you know, the early 2000s or late 90s as opposed to what's newer with certain brands. But yeah, let me know what your thoughts are. What are some of your favorite handbags and brands that you like to use? And how do you feel about my selection, I guess? Yeah, comment below. Let me know what you think. And I'll see y'all in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching. Bye, cookies.